after the missed three from Reggie Jackson. Rose passes to Gasol. Mirotic the screen. It's stolen by Morris. Fast break Detroit. Jackson's got the ball. Morris with the ball. Now guarded by Mirotic. From deep, Ilyasova. And he gets it to go. Ilyasova's got his first 3 points of the game.
I tell you what, he has quite the act to follow, but Fred Hoiberg was a quick choice for the brass in Chicago. Signed that 5-year deal over the summer, was easily one of the most in-demand coaches available.
Caldwell Pope kicks to Drummond. Outside Jackson. Back to Drummond. And he takes that one up and powers it through.
Threw it down with authority.
Oh, he can really fly. And you combine that, Clark, with some of the nice penetration, too, and you've got an easy 2 points.
And able to just play well above the rim. I mean, that makes this guy so dangerous when he's in the game.
Well, Greg, for Hoiberg, it's his first job as an NBA head coach. Now, we know he played. He's been a part of an NBA front office. Clark, he came from Iowa State, where he honed his coaching skills and was highly respected.
Yeah, very much respected, particularly as an offensive coach. And we know the Bulls are pretty solid defensively, and he'll be looking to ramp up that offensive approach for that team, and I think he will.
And there's the pass to Mirotic. Down to 5 on the shot clock.
Well, they weren't going to pass up that chance to get out and run following the steal.
They better not. I mean, they've got to pad their lead anytime an opportunity presents itself, and that was a golden.
Rose kicks to Mirotic. Snell dishes to Mirotic. Down low. And it's Rose penetrating. That one dropped for his second bucket. Mark him 2 for 4.
Nice work on the inside. Hard to get that one up and over the big fella.
Well, it's not supposed to be easy down there. And a little artistry on the inside helped him make it happen.
And now the first timeout called here for Detroit.
And you can tell they're just a little out of sync. I think he just wants to get everybody back on the same page.
Yeah, I like this timeout, Greg. I think it's a good one because it looks like they need a minute to talk things through here.
Changes for Chicago. Joakim Noah, he's checked in for Gasol. Gibson comes in for Mirotic. And McDermott subbed in for Tony Snell. And a different look here for the Pistons. Aaron Baines, he's checked in for Drummond. Johnson comes in for Marcus Morris. Jody Meeks, he's checked in for Caldwell Pope. And Steve Blake is subbed in for Jackson. And what's your take, guys, in the hustle stats for the Pistons?
Boy, they've really amped up the pressure at the defensive end, guys, and have piled up the steals in the early going.
And also, they're jumping on a lot of turnovers, making sure they turn them into points at the other end.
Now here's Ilyasova. Pass to Johnson. Fires from 14. Good on the jump shot.
I mean, even he was surprised to be that open.
Outside Rose. Outside Gibson. Noah, the pass to Rose. Blake with the steal. Johnson with it. Now defended by McDermott. Johnson outside. And so he draws the foul on the shot. A trip to the line to shoot 2. The Pistons shooting their second and third shots at the line right here.
Yeah, they're up towards the bottom of the league there. Last season, they only shot about 70%.
And those aren't the kind of numbers they can afford to repeat throughout this season.
We've got 28 seconds left in the first quarter. Kicks to McDermott. Down low. Here's Gibson. And he caught that pass in full stride on his way to the big slam.
Cutting into that lead a little bit. Way to finish.
And the basket is still shaking.
Oh, I mean, he has got power in bunches on that two-hand.
Rose with the block. The shot by Butler. Nobody around. No good on the three. And that concludes the first quarter of play. All right, the second quarter beginning in just a moment. And guys, looking at what you've seen so far from the Pistons, what do you think?
Well, they've dictated tempo with their defense and been able to force some turnovers.
Yeah, and, you know, they've also done a good job, Greg, on their end of the floor by not throwing the ball away.
And Detroit, looking at who they've got. Johnson is out there with Aaron Baines. Then it's Steve Blake. Then it's Jody Meeks. And it's Drummond in at the 5, roaming the paint. Detroit leading by 6. Jackson kicks to Meeks. He feeds it to Drummond. It's tipped. Now here's Jackson. Defense is right there. Meeks can't hit.
Well, we know. Talk about putting something extra on it. That dunk was way over the top.
Close game or not, Clark, you know, he's going to finish firm when he gets the space.
I'm startled that he would even try something like that at this stage of the game.
Rose dishes to Butler. Out to the right wing. Snell kicks to Rose. Trying to find Mirotic, gets it to him.
And guys, this game won't be close for long if they keep giving up dunks like that.
No, it won't, G.A. You're right. A glaring error defensively and letting him get all the way to the basket that time.
But it's only 2 points. I mean, it was flashy, no doubt, but still.
Oh! He has a highlight reel unto himself, guys.
Yeah,
wow.
That could very well be a contender for Dunk of the Year and perhaps might make its way all over the internet.
I tell you what, that is the crowd pleaser of all crowd pleasers. He might not have the long range ability of some other guys, but he will knock down open ones like that.
Rose passes to Gasol. Gasol a screen. Butler dishes to Gasol. He kicks it to Mirotic. Shot clock at 6. The Bulls need to get a shot off here. And Gasol gets it to go.
Fantastic ball movement. They're picking them apart with their passing.
Purposeful passing it is, partner. Their last 10 points have all come off assists.
The finish. Oh, that's blocked. 4-on-3 break. Johnson with it. And Rose picks him up defensively. Outside for Jackson. And it's Drummond missing.
Now that's terrific defense at the rim. Got right in his path.
And you know they'll be conscious of him next time they take it inside, too. I mean, that's what really good defenders do. They make you think about their presence.
And Gasol sends it back. And that one goes out of bounds. Last touch by Gasol. The Pistons making a change here. Ilyasova's checked in. And Meeks kicks to Johnson. Takes the assist and lays it in. Picked out the pass nicely.
There it is again. On a lot of their possessions this first half, they've established great position inside.
Yeah, just getting the ball into the post has to be option number 1 for them right now.
Butler passes to Gasol. 6 on the shot clock. Shoots from the baseline. Mirotic's shot is off. Well, what a season it was for Mirotic last year. Came on stronger for the Chicago Bulls. Continued to improve. Effective in the playoffs. Really a joy to watch in his first year.
And interesting, so much hype going into the season was about Dougie McDermott.
Yes.
And whether or not he was going to be in the running for Rookie of the Year. It ended up being Mirotic. Most years, he could have walked away with that award.
Rose dishes to Mirotic. Jackson comes over with the double. And the Bulls with another miss. Pistons leading by 7. And there's the feed to Ilyasova. Jackson up top. The high post shot cannot hit. So the Bulls will take it the other way.
For Mirotic, he was most valuable late in games, guys. From March on, he led the league in fourth quarter points per game.
Back to Butler. From outside the arc. Good, and the assist goes to Gasol. Butler's got 5 points so far.
Boy, I tell you what, he loves getting looks like that from the three-point line. No one near him. That's a warm-up jumper for him.
Now a timeout called by Detroit.
And for that note about Mirotic, in the fourth, he outscored LeBron and Westbrook that month. That's impressive for any player, much less a rookie.
So Chicago ends up going with the new group. Marcus Morris is checked in for the Pistons. Kentavious Caldwell-Pope comes in for Meeks. Jackson against Brooks. And that's a foul. It's called on Reggie Jackson. That's his first foul.
And really just a great play to sacrifice his body and take the charge.
Heads up action there. Reading the play and then beating him to the spot. Well done.
Detroit leading by 4. Got a piece of it. Moore with the steal. Fast break. Here comes Chicago. The 3. First shot, first basket. He's out of the blocks fast.
Savvy move to pull up from three-point range on the break there. When you can shoot it like he can, if you've got it, take it.
That's leadership. Really, really valuable to have someone who can just take charge like he has.
Well, there's a certain amount of confidence you have when the ball is in his hands at that end of the floor right now. I mean, he just gives you a sense of calm and confidence because of how good he is.
It's tipped. Stolen by Jackson. Feeds to Drummond. Nice ball movement by Detroit. Gibson with the steal. And here we go with Brooks running it up the court. Moore with the bucket.
Excellent work there in transition.
Yeah, I think it's always better to go early in transition, to attack when it's there, because oftentimes you can beat the defense down the floor. Went for the two-hander on that slam. That's where the weight room comes into play, Kevin.
I think some urgency from him there.
I think he's sensing that this is a critical time in the game, fellas.
Three-pointer, Brooks. Can't hit. And a pretty tightly contested game here as we end the first half. Pistons lead by 1. Stay with us, folks. We'll get back just after halftime to start the third quarter. And now the start of the second half. Neither side jumping out ahead through the first 2 quarters. Andre Drummond with a strong contribution so far in this one.
And he's been a monster in this game, throwing down some huge dunks. And I wasn't sure the rim would even survive in that first half.
And the interior defense has to get tougher here in the second half. He's making them look really bad.
Welcome back, folks. Thank you for tuning in to the NBA on 2K Sports as we get set to get going once again. Hey, during the break, players getting a chance to refuel and hydrate with some Gatorade as there is more basketball in store. Andre Drummond with a strong contribution so far in this one.
And how about his scoring in that first half? He just looked like a different player today, really on point.
Quite honestly, it's been a pleasant surprise for him. You know, he really hit on something that worked in those first 2 quarters, guys.
Butler and Snell are the wingmen. Mirotic out there with Pau Gasol. And it's Rose in at the point guard position. That's the 5 out there for the Bulls.
Good job threading that pass into the lane. I like his vision, guys. He sees everything.
Reggie Jackson had made some noise about wanting a big contract to be moved last year. Ultimately, he was traded to Detroit.
Yep, Kevin traded from the Thunder to the Pistons, and it actually happened on deadline day.
Just 5 to shoot. Rose.
And, you know, that's an example of how many plays we have in the game for which there's no stat. A monster dunk coming off just a terrific pick play.
Greg, you're right. This really did work to perfection. Gave him all the room he needed for the flush.
Boy, that's a sound physical play. I mean, can't be afraid to put a shoulder into somebody every once in a while. It's a contact sport, folks.
Aaron Baines, he's checked in for Detroit. Blake comes in for Jackson. Here's Butler. Rebound by Ilyasova.
And honestly, not real happy with the shot selection on that one.
Yeah, clearly a brain fade there. He's got to be a little smarter in his choice making.
Another shot. Shot's good by Baines. Baines has got the game tied up here for Detroit.
If you battle for the offensive rebound and come up with it, you're guaranteed a high-quality shot on a follow just like he got there.
Rose gets to Gasol. Rose passes to Butler. Good-looking screen by Gasol. Butler dishes to Gasol. And the wide-open shot from Rose. No good on the triple. The Pistons have gone 2 of 3 from the field to start the second half. Blake kicks to Ilyasova. Yes, and it's Blake picking up the assist. Ilyasova's got 5 now.
Guys, they've had a solid start to the second half offensively. Gotten good looks, and they've made 3 out of 4 of them.
Rose passes to Butler. Trying to find Mirotic, gets it to him. And foul called as he misses. He'll go to the line and shoot 2. They get Steve Blake.
Derrick Rose possesses a great skill set, ball handling, passing, and understanding of how to score. First rookie to ever win the All-Star Weekend Skills Challenge.
Getting back to Rose, it's his extraordinary handle that allows him to get anywhere on the floor. Such confidence in the way he dribbles and drives, whether it's getting up in a position to set up a teammate, take it himself. He's the one very best at controlling that ball.
That's a great point. I mean, guys like D. Rose, Chris Paul, Steph Curry, Kyrie, they all have maximized that skill. I mean, the thing that separates him and puts him in that Russell Westbrook category is the pure physical strength. When healthy, he's able to play with.
To the inside, Gasol is screened and finished off by Mirotic.
And he just punishes the D for falling asleep at the wheel.
A little disorganized that time, and the result 2 points in the loudest way possible.
Guys, there has to be better rim protection than that, though. Not very good.
Here's Drummond. The rim-rattling two-handed jam.
Clearly, he's one of the best there is in the business when it comes to making that lead pass.
Back to Rose. Out of bounds. Detroit takes possession.
And you know what? His mind's playing tricks on him right now because he's not going to live that one down easily.
The Pistons leading. Dishes to Ilyasova. Pass to Drummond.
That's his first personal foul. First team foul. That'll be a Pistons timeout.
Time called here. The Pistons decide to talk it over.
And really, last season was one of improvement for the Pistons. They were able to shoot the ball better. and better as the season wore on. Overall, they cut out the little mistakes that had bothered them back in 14.
Dinwiddie's checked in for Jackson.
Come on, Chicago.
Here's Caldwell Pope. There's a good screen. 6 to shoot. And Drummond kicks to Dinwiddie. Rebound by the Bulls. As I said, Greg, the Pistons were a team that showed marked improvement, and Clark, they did clean up their play style as well.
Yeah, they got better from 2014 to 15 in terms of upping their assist and cutting down the turnovers. Just made it a much more enjoyable game to watch the way they play.
And it's Drummond with the jam.
Solid work on the back end of that play.
Yeah, finished hard with 2 hands on the stuff.
Yeah, nothing extravagant, guys, but again, no need on that one.
Nice shot by McDermott. The Pistons have gone 6 of 8 on field goal attempts in the third. A 75% clip. And here's Ilyasova outside. No good. Great defense that time from Noah. Moving it up. Out of bounds. Detroit takes possession.
Pistons ball. Timeout for the Bulls.
And the first timeout of the game called for Chicago. For a franchise that had so much success under his tenure, there was sure a lot of friction with Tom Thibodeau, and the Bulls front office surprised a lot of people, I know, including yourself.
Yeah, you know, it's not something that you see often, a winning coach at odds with his GM and president. With how often their differences came up, though, you knew something was afoot.
And the first timeout of the game called for Chicago. Chicago making some changes. Portis comes in for McDermott, and it's Heinrich in for Moore. Then for the Pistons, Johnson comes in for Ilyasova. And Reggie Jackson subbed in for Spencer Dinwiddie.
And with Thibs, he did end up getting fired from the Bulls this past season. Some saw it coming, but still, I think surprising given the level of success he had. His imprint is all over this Bulls team in the way they approach the game.
Chicago calls timeout.
And when you look at how Thibs got fired, I mean, there are a lot of reasons why a coach can be let go. I mean, he didn't have any performance issues, but apparently clashed in some form or fashion with the front office. Sometimes that's all it takes to be asked to go somewhere else.
It's deflected. Here's Gibson. The shot goes down and it gets this game back to even. Gibson's got 6.
And that's what the pump fake's there for. Get your man off his feet and drive right around it.
Gibson against Jackson. And so it's going to be a 3-second violation out there on the defense. The Pistons shooting their 4th attempt at the free throw line right here. And no good on the technical, so unable to pick that one up. Here's Morris. Good, and it's Johnson with the assist that time. And the Pistons lead by 2.
A lot of space right there to get that shot off.
Not a very good job of the defender getting over the top of that screen in that particular play.
And we just finished the third quarter, and we've got
Let's take them back.
a great game on our hands as we welcome you back. The fourth quarter of action getting started. And for the Pistons, they're shooting 56% in this game, really stringing quality possessions together offensively. On the court for the Pistons, we've got Johnson. Jody Meeks out there with Reggie Jackson. Then there's Andre Drummond, and it's Baines in at the 5. Shot clock at 5. It's Jackson with the drive. And here we go, the Bulls fast break. And so he earns a trip to the line. Official saw the contact, and he'll shoot 2.
Rose really had a good quarter. He has 8 points and also 3 nice steals. He's showing us those quick hands today, both when he has the ball and when he doesn't.
Clark, you love the fact that he's a terrific distributor, but also, how about those defensive instincts? That's also been excellent today.
Steve Blake's checked in for Reggie Jackson.
He is an automatic finisher when he gets into that area.
You know, he picks the simple one-handed stuff to get the 2 points.
Yeah, and in a close game, though, guys, those could be really important points.
Drummond. Rejected by Gasol. Now the dish to Butler to take the lead. The offensive rebound. Snell kicks to Butler. That doesn't go either for Butler.
You're not going to see that very often. Plenty of space, but he just, let's face it, he whiffs on that one.
To the wing right side. Pass to Blake. Launches it. Shot is no good. And Chicago will go the other way with the ball. Snell gets to Gasol. And they take the lead. Gasol's got the lead up to 2 now for the Bulls.
That's what this team needs right now. Solid scoring chances.
Johnson, wide open. He fires. And the basket is good. Got it to go through on the contact, so a free throw coming up. A great opportunity for a three-point play. And a different look here for the Pistons. Ilyasova is checked in for Aaron Baines. Marcus Morris comes in for Johnson. Caldwell Pope, he's checked in for Meeks. And it's Jackson in for Steve Blake. Rose against Jackson. He dishes it to Drummond. Ilyasova passes to Drummond. And that's out of bounds. Detroit will retain possession. On defense, Chicago. The lead is 2. Here's Jackson. Banked in off the glass.
Well, they were sleeping on defense. The defense really didn't do its job. I mean, a little slow to react to the ball getting into the paint. That's costly.
And at this stage of a tight game, the tired legs really start to show. A defense becomes vulnerable if you can continue to pound it inside.
The pass to Snell. This one for 3. It's good. This time the assist from Rose. Rose has got 5 assists in the game. Ilyasova inside the line. Chicago grabs the miss. Gasol's got rebound number 8 now on the night. Rose kicks to Butler. To the middle. Deflects the pass. And stolen by Ilyasova. Flushes it down to finish the break.
Yeah, how about the sharp steal and then run out? It looks like they're ready to put the hammer down.
Well, we've been waiting for one of these teams, Greg, to pull away. Maybe that'll be a springboard for them.
Could be. A dunk like that coming off a great defensive play has to build some momentum.
Butler dishes to Mirotic. The rebound by Caldwell Pope.
I like his tenacity getting to the basket there, even though the dunk rattled out. 99 times out of 100, you'll get the dunk or the foul.
Count the basket and the foul. That one on Rose.
Not a lot of resistance on the inside, and they're taking full advantage.
Greg, the play in the paint has gone almost entirely all their way.
Well, Chicago's gone 2 or 3 in the fourth quarter from long range. Good shooting so far. Gasol on the high post. Butler on the wing. From the arc. Detroit with the rebound.
You know, he's been off his game this quarter just a bit. Hasn't been able to get a whole lot to go so far.
And they go to the intentional foul.
Really no idea why you're fouling in a situation like that. You know, maybe there's some bad blood between those two.
Yeah, but that's no excuse for that kind of foul. I mean, that might be an explanation for it, but certainly doesn't justify it. And even then, it's just not a good play.
Time called here. The Pistons decide to talk it over.
And you know what? I think he thinks he can make a few improvements to how things are going on right now.
Yeah, and you know, coaches always are looking for ways to tweak things and change it up a little bit, no matter what the situation is. That's what coaches do.
And I think Doris Burke has something for us right now. Doris?
Well, over the break, I listened in on Stan Van Gundy's huddle. With his team struggling from three-point territory, he told them to start looking for more high-quality shots inside the paint. We're forcing too many threes, he said. Stop with the bombs and work it inside.
Thanks again, Doris. Chicago calls timeout. Andre Drummond with a strong contribution so far in this one.
He's on fire. They needed to put their heads together to figure out how to get the ball out of his hand.
Johnson, he's checked in for the Pistons. Here's Morris. And foul called as he misses. He'll go to the line and shoot two.
Really the right play defensively. If you can't block, force him to the line.
Yeah, exactly. Prevent the layup, give them a little bump, and then maybe they'll think twice about coming into the lane next time. And if they don't think about it, at least they might be distracted by your presence.
Bulls trail by 3. Outside Rose. Gets to the rim for 2 with the D all over him.
Key buckets, and we know he delivers down the stretch.
Outside Jackson. Kept alive. Morris passes to Jackson. Back to Morris. And he stuffs that one home.
And he's just going all out to get the second chance points. Just a terrific finish.
There was no one that was going to prevent him, GA, from converting that one.
Well, clearly this is the kind of game that could come down to 1 or 2 plays, and he wants to be the guy to make those plays.
Butler attacking. It's Gasol missing.
I'll tell you what, folks. I bet he won't miss that shot next time he takes it.
And here's Jackson. Drummond the screen. Jackson kicks to Drummond. And the rebound goes to Pau Gasol.
This is not the slam dunk contest. You don't get do-over. You got to finish the job.
As clutch a shot as I have ever seen.
In a word, gutsy.
I think we'll see them burn the clock a bit here.
You know, I think that's probably a smart move.
I think so, too. Here's Jackson to the wing on the left. Takes a 3. Gets the 3 to fall.
That shot becomes effortless for him when the D is so relaxed. They've got to get more intense.
And it's the Bulls with the ball. Now Rose to the left wing. 3-pointers. Snell. Rebound Andre Drummond. And so they foul intentionally.
Had to foul, and on that occasion to stop the clock. That's the enemy in this situation.
And you know what, Greg? Who knows? A few misses at the stripe, and they're right there within range. You know, late-game free throws are a lot different than early-game free throws in terms of making.
Butler missing again.
Ill-advised shot there, Clark.
Yeah, exactly. That was lower than low percentage.
No choice but to foul there, but he's probably the last guy you want to see on the line.
But there was no time really to be selective. Stopping the clock was the priority.
That ought to do it. I think any chance for a miracle comeback just went out the window with those freebies.
That one goes. Count it. Launches it. Off target. And so it's the Pistons who come out on top here. A truly gutsy performance away from home.
You know, it really was. And, Kevin, when this one was hanging in the balance late, they showed just what a tough-minded group they can be.
And that'll wrap it up, folks. For Clark, Greg, and Doris, and the rest of our terrific crew, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching. So long and good night, everyone.